Hello students, this is Dr. Suvarna Kurkute, Head of BCA Department. I'll be teaching you Human Resource Management for this semester. Students, in your first year, that is BCA first year, you have learnt a subject named Principles of Management. So in that subject, you have learnt about the concept of management, the definition of management, which I would like to recall. Because what is management? Management is the art of getting work done through and with people, right? You have also learned the principles of management given by Henry Fayol, 14 principles of management, and some of the functions of management also you have learned, like planning, organizing, directing, controlling, motivation, communication. So some important functions of management also you have learned, right? So in continuation with that, why did I explain about last year's management? Because uh, it is considered over here in second year when you are studying that you are very well acquainted with the concept of management, right? So in continuation with that, this year we will be learning a separate subject called human resource management. Now what is this human resource, or it is also called as HR? You might have heard many a time a concept called HRM, isn't it? So what is that HRM? So HR means what? First of all, I would like to explain the concept of HR. HR means whenever in any organization the number of people or employees, we call them as, or workforce, those people who are working in the organization collectively, they are called as HR. They are also called as employees, they are also called as workforce, right? So in management word, they are called as HR. So in this semester we are going to learn what is HRM, then what are the functions of HRM, what are the latest concepts in HRM, especially as you people belong to an IT sector, you are dealing with technology. So our focus while designing the syllabus was on how these companies or IT industries work out, and how do they chalk out their HR policies, right? How do they, design the structure of their salary? How do they motivate their employees? How do they retain their employees? All these concepts we are going to learn this year in subject HRM. So in this lecture, it would be a lecture of syllabus discussion only. I'll be explaining you all the 4 units which you'll be learning in this semester. Unit wise, I'll be explaining what are the contents in brief, so that you'll get an idea that in the whole semester what you are going to learn about. Right? So let us begin with the first unit. The first unit is, of course, Introduction to HRM. What is the definition and concept? Okay, so when we are learning about HRM, first I would like to tell you that whenever you go for your starting, or when you begin your production process, there are factors of production. You require certain minimum things to carry out your production process, right? So which are those factors? It includes your raw material, your machinery, your capital, that is money, and the next last and the most important thing is your labor or men, right? So unless and until your labor works on the rest of the three factors, that is, labor is the only living factor in this production process, right? Other all are non-living. Money is non-living, then your raw material is non-living, then your machinery is non-living, right? But unless and until your labor, your human resource, put them together, all these three resources, your production process cannot be carried out, right? So that this is the importance of human resource. Human resource is the only living factor of production. And not only in production, in organization, if you want to be want to run your business successfully, what you require is, you require a good human resource with you, right? So what is the definition and concept of human resource? And one more thing, students, I would like to tell you that every organization wants to sat- get wants a satisfied human resource. Every organization wants to have a good human resource, talented human resource, and these organizations or this management tries to retain the human resource, those people who are working very good, who are innovative, who are creative. These people should be retained in the organization. So according to that, what are the HR policies that we are going to see? So in the introductory part, we are going to deal with definition and concept. Then in nature and scope, we are going to see what is the scope of HRM. HRM is having a good scope, where you can see that it is concerned with manpower planning. Manpower planning, we are going to see it special. I mean, in detail, we are going to study that. Then you are having your recruitment process, selection, placement, transfer, promotion, training and development, retrenchment, remuneration, incentives, productivity. Then this was the personal aspect. That means, as far as an individual or as far as an employee is concerned in the organization, these are the factors. This is the scope of HR as far as its personal aspect is concerned. Okay, then we'll move towards welfare aspect. This is another scope of HRM. In welfare aspect, what we are going to see, we are going to see what are the working conditions or the facilities which must be provided uh, to an employee to make him feel comfortable at the workplace, right? So it may be your canteens, your lunch rooms, your transport facility, medical assistance, education to your employed children, health and safety, recreation facilities. These are the few facilities which come under welfare aspect of these employees, right? That is also a part of HRM. And next is your industrial relations aspect. Okay, so this aspect consists of your disciplinary procedures, your settlement of disputes, then collective bargaining, grievances, that kind of which covers union management relations. Okay, so that we are going to see what is the scope of HRM. Then we are going to see what is the importance, why HRM is so very important for every organization. That we are going to see in the part importance or significance of HRM. Then in functions, we are going to deal with managerial. That is, functions of HRM are divided into two parts. They are managerial functions and operative functions. In managerial functions, we are going to see the functions, important functions of management, like planning, organizing, directing, controlling. These are the main four functions that we are going to see. In operative functions, we are going to see about employment. That includes HR planning, recruitment, selection, training, right? Then in human resource development, we are going to deal with performance appraisal, management development. Students, you will find these words quite different, but these are the words you should be acquainted with it, because they are the terms used in management, right? And tomorrow, in future, in near future, you'll be employed in any of the organization, or you may start your own business, right? So you must be acquainted, you will be part of management one or the other day in future, so you should be acquainted with these concepts. Okay, so I'm just going giving you an overview that what would will be dealing with in this topic. Then we are also going to see what is management development, compensation, organization development, human relations, fringe benefits. These are the additional benefits other than your salary. Then organizational health, HR, accounting. These are the things which we are going to learn in functions of HRM. Okay, then coming towards your part, that is, as I said, that IT industry. What are the recent trends in HR being practiced in IT industry? In that, we'll be learning about recent concept of employer brand. Now, what is employer brand? It means creating a good, healthy relation in the organization, relation between an employer and an employee, so that employee will feel comfortable working in the organization, and he will have that desire to stay in this organization for a longer period of time, right? So employer has to build a good positive image, where it should be able to retain its existing employees. At the same time, it should be able to attract the best talent from the society. Okay, so that way, it's kind of a it's a new concept called as employers brand. Then in competency mapping, we are going to see that which all skills are required in our employees, so that it can suit the requirements of the organization. So you have to continuously find out the needs of training needs of your employees. That is called as competency mapping. And in BPO, that is business process outsourcing, here we are going to deal with the HR issues in BPO. Okay, so that way, outsourcing of HR functions, outsourcing of human resources, and general HR issues related to BPO, that will be learning here in this first topic. Then next point is challenges before HRM in IT industry. As I said, what kind of difficulties are faced by human resource management in IT industry, that will be dealing. Then second unit, we are going to deal with human resource planning. Okay, so in human resource planning will be as planning about how much workforce is required in near future, right? So for that you must scientifically you must know how much is the need of new human resource in near future. If you're going for expansion plans, then how much is the requirement, and for that you have to carry out your HR audit today itself. Okay, so what is that? What is human resource planning? What is the process in IT industry especially? So in that you'll be learning with the concepts of job analysis, job description, job specification. Okay, that likewise concepts. Then we'll come towards recruitment. Recruitment means imparting or filling up your vacancies. Okay, so for recruiting, which are the methods of recruitment, sources of recruitment? There are two types of recruitments: internal recruitments and external recruitment, right? So that way we'll be learning both the sources. Then what is selection? How to select the best employee, what should be the process of selection, what is the scientific process of selection, that will be learning. Then we'll be having induction, concept of induction, why there is need of carrying out an induction program for a newly appointed employee, what is the need, that will be learning in the second topic. Then moving towards the third unit, we'll be learning about performance appraisal and employee training. So students, performance appraisal is the word used in managerial world. It means evaluation of the performance of employee. Okay, so if you want to evaluate your performance of your employee, there are different methods used for evaluation. Some methods are traditional, some methods are modern. Okay, so both the methods will be learning, and how to evaluate the performance. Evaluation is very important, student, because after performance appraisal you come to know that which employee is performing best, which employee is not doing well, which employee requires certain motivation boosting to increase his performance, isn't it? So why, what is performance appraisal, what is its need, what is the purpose, and which are the methods, that will be learning. Then the next part will be dealing with employee training. Training means imparting new skills among your employees, right? So yeah, if you want to be on the path of development, if you want to continuously you know beat the competition existing in the market, you should think about imparting new skills among your employees. Then and then only you can beat your competitors, right? So why employee training is so very important, and there are methods of employee training on the job and off the job. Okay, so what are those methods, that will be learning in detail in third topic. Now the last topic which we'll be learning is contemporary HRM, contemporary human resource management. In this we are going to see employee separation practices in IT industry. Employee separation means when your employee leaves your organization, exits, get take a exit from your organization. There are various reasons for that. Either he may be fired, or he is willingly resigning the job, he is taking a voluntary retirement, right? He's leaving your job and he's going to take up a new job in another company. Reasons are variety of reasons, right? They may be from the employee side, they may be from the employer side. Okay, so what are the causes of separation that we'll be learning? What is virtual organization, right? You people are acquainted with virtual world very well because you people are learning technology. And what is virtual organization? Those organizations which are actually working with the help of technology only, especially internet. There's no any typical office timing. People don't come and interact with each other. There is no any face to face meeting, but still business is going on, still organization is working. That is virtual organization, so that will be having it. Then HRIS, that is human resource information system, that is again related to you. Exit interview is the interview when an employee take a exit from your organization. As I said, employee separation. He's separating from this organization because of any kind of reason. It may be personal, or he may be retrenched from the job. It may be anything. So exit interview means what? When an employee is getting separated from the organization, he is being interviewed by the HR team because they wanted to know the feedback of that employee who was working in your organization earlier, whether he's having a good experience with you people, or bad experience. Now the reason behind taking an exit interview is that because you want to find out what kind of improvements you can make in your HR policies, right? For that reason this exit interview is taken. And last is your external mobility. So students, with this we end up with the syllabus discussion. uh, I just took a review about what are the contents of the syllabus in 4 units. So I think I hope that you have understood, and believe me, it's a very interesting subject, and you'll really, while learning, you'll definitely find it very interesting. Okay, so with this I conclude. Thank you. Thank you so much.